Hey guys, it's Scott with Everyday Home Repairs, and I'm installing a few blinds today. So I'm just going to take you guys along and show you how I would measure, select, and then do the install for vinyl mini blinds. So first thing you need to do is make sure you have the correct blinds. So you'll go to your window opening and you'll want to take a measurement at the top. For instance, this opening is at, straighten out there, 44 3/4. Most people just take one measurement. Go ahead and confirm that your box is square. Yep, I got 44 3/4 at the bottom and 44 3/4 in the middle. So that would be my width overall for the blinds I'll be selecting and trying to match up. And then the overall height is looking at about 58. Okay, so for mini blinds, and specifically vinyls, there's only going to be so many different lengths. So you have usually a 48, a 64, and a 72-inch length. So for this one here being 58 inches high, I'm going to pick the 64s. And then that would be up to me whether or not I want to trim those up and make them exactly the length for this window opening, or if I'll just keep the 64s in place. So, and then also when you're selecting the blinds, I have a 44 3/4 inch opening. If you go down to Home Depot or Lowe's or your local kind of big box home improvement store, they're gonna have ones in stock. They're also gonna have higher end ones that you can trim. So the in-stock ones are gonna be at set measurements, and you'll go ahead and pick one, hopefully that it matches as closely as possible to the opening. Or you can go a little bit higher end, maybe with a 2-inch faux wood or a 2.5-inch faux wood blind, and then you're gonna get those custom cut and they'll be exactly at the width that you desire. Okay, so for my opening that was 44 3/4, I went down to the Home Depot and I was able to find a Hampton Bay 1-inch vinyl blind, and this is the cordless, so you'll just pull it down. And I went with the 44 inches. Do remember when you see the 44 inches on, you'll see smaller print that says the actual width is 43.5. Technically, I was looking for one in an ideal world of 44.5 or 44 1/4, but again, in the real world, what is readily available if you're on a time crunch or maybe even a budget, maybe the custom cut blinds, which you could get exactly what you wanted, are out of your price range. And then these are gonna work just fine. What I would limit to, I usually try to have no more than 3/4 inch on each side, more ideally 1/4 inch or half. So opening up the blinds, pretty simple. So they'll come fully packaged with the blind unit itself. And then they'll have the wand here that will be used to adjust how much light is coming in and out. And then pretty much no matter which one you go with, you'll have the little hardware box. So these are Hampton Bay, and we'll go ahead and open up the hardware box. And they'll have a few things. They'll have the end caps that you'll want to put on. These are the top end caps. They'll have the bottom end caps that you'll see here. So you want to put those on as well. To be honest, I do not use these. They hold down, so they would attach into the bottom of the blind when you fully pull it down. I do not usually use those, so I don't really need these plastic pieces. And then the smaller, there'll be 4 small screws. I'm not really going to use those. Okay, so these are what I'm going to install next, and that's the 2 brackets that will actually clip the top of the blind onto the window frame, and then those 4 screws that will be used for mounting. Hampton Bay, I haven't seen these on all of them. They actually have a little bit of tape here. So you'll peel this off, and then that will make it so you can stick it to the window opening, and then when you're trying to find the placement and drill in your screws. So let's jump back over to the window. All right, so we're back at our window now and ready to install the 2 metal brackets. just pay attention. There's not too many ways to screw this up, but there is a label that says top, and that's going to indicate where you're going to want to place that surface against the top surface of your window. Now what I'm going to do is I measured 7.5 inches in just to give a little more support so I don't go all the way to one end. And then I'm just using that tape there to stick this bracket on where that front clip is flush with the wood surface. So my blind is going to be all the way on the outside of the windowsill. If you want to set it back in a little bit, just pay attention while you're installing these brackets and offset it the 1/2 inch or inch that you might want. All right, so those are both placed in with the sticky pad on, and you'll just want to make sure they're kind of square and flush. I'm just eyeballing them. If you want to really get professional, you can get out a square or something, but I'm just going to eyeball them. And then what you're going to do is set your screw and kind of push it into the windowsill. Take your time and then set it. Inevitably, you'll probably do your first few times. The screw will pop out of your hands and you'll just have to reset. The nice thing is, once you get rolling with these, I mean, it literally takes like 5 minutes to install each window. So if you've ever had somebody come out and quote you on what it takes to install blinds, it's crazy. The labor per window ends up being like $50 per window. Which is just an absolutely insane hourly rate. And once you do 1 or 2 of these, you'll know whatever brand you have. Again, these are Hampton Bay from Home Depot. Okay, so now we'll take our blind, extend it out slightly, and kind of center it up to get it where you want it before clipping it in the bracket. Specifically on these, you need to make sure you're hooking the top front part before snapping in the back. And it can be a little tricky. Sometimes it takes a few tries. This is literally my like 3rd attempt trying to do this. And then, there you go. Kind of center them up which way you want it. Stand it out. Making sure they work. And then you'll take your wand and you'll just install it. And you can change the angle and let light in or block it out. Just like a lot of DIY projects around the house, take your time, and once you get the hang of it, measure twice, right? Get the right blind so you don't have to go to Home Depot or Lowe's multiple times. But once you get the hang of it, these things go up extremely fast and give a great look to your home and freshen everything up. So if you like these sort of videos, please subscribe to my channel. I try to put them out kind of as I do projects on my own home or my rental properties. Again, my name is Scott with Everyday Home Repairs, and don't forget to hit that like button. Take care.